So who should use a webinar funnel? Well, for me, it's very similar to the low ticket funnel because it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to get a webinar funnel converted correctly. Once again, it is almost as much as a low ticket funnel and definitely more than a video sales letter funnel. So I'm going to still stick around that 150K a month mark. Are there people that are able to do it at the very beginning? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But what I found is that if you're trying to make over $100,000 a month, to do it in just a webinar format, you need a lot of traffic for that. So you either need to have a really big personal brand or a lot of paid advertising that you're going to put behind it to get enough eyeballs to make it through this whole funnel to have 3% of the people pay you $2,000, or you need to have a high ticket back end offer. So maybe the webinar is just your front end offer. Let's say it's $2,000, but then you get a certain percentage of those people, let's say like 16% or 20% of the people that paid $2,000 will ascend into something that's like $8,000 or $10,000 on the back end. And you can actually reach that $100,000 month mark that way. But once again, that's way more advanced. Now you have to sell something that's good enough for $2,000 and sell your thing that's good enough for $8,000 or $10,000. And you have to have enough difference between both of them that they're valuable to each person and they're willing to pay that total amount of money without cannibalizing each other. And so you're getting into that product suite thing again, which makes things a little bit more confusing. So, almost always if you're below 150K a month, you don't get a lot of the benefits from the webinar, which is going to be your ability to once again liquidate ad spends and kind of get that little product-led growth thing where you're reaching a colder and colder market and they don't really know anything about you. And so they'd be more willing to spend, $1,000 to $3,000 first before they spend $8,000 or $10,000, right? But anything other than those two things, it doesn't really make sense for you to go to the webinar funnel in the very beginning. I would rather get the video sales letter funnel cranking and working, because ultimately the thing that you need to know about the video sales letter funnel compared to all these different funnels is even with a webinar funnel, even with a low ticket funnel, you should still have a video sales letter funnel running, because what the webinar funnel and the low ticket funnel gets you above anything else is leads. They get you a crazy amount of leads, because you're able to liquidate some of your ad costs. So if you typically have a $10 lead, but you're liquidating 50% of your ad spend, you really only have a $5 lead and you're spending 50 grand a month. You know what I mean? You're getting a lot of leads coming in here. But the problem is not all those leads are obviously going to buy your webinar low ticket products. And so this is where that email marketing system can come into place, where you can be sending them email blasts all the time. And you don't just want to say, hey, by the way, I know you came in, you wanted to buy this $7 thing or this $2,000 thing, but we have this $15,000 thing, book a call and let me tell you more about it. That's never going to be as efficient as saying like, hey, you were interested in this thing over here, but you might not know that we have this additional higher ticket product or service. Click here to watch a video explaining it, which is of course going to send them to your video sales letter, right? So it's like, if no matter what on any of these funnels, you're going to need to have the video sales letter funnel in order to have any of the other ones really work at scale, you really should start with the video sales letter one and only start opening up into the low ticket or the webinar ones once the video sales letter one isn't either working anymore, once your market becomes too saturated, or once you're spending so much money on ads on the video sales letter side that you're putting out hundreds of thousands of dollars every quarter and you're not getting that money back right away. Something like the low ticket of the webinar can help mitigate some of that risk by getting you back some of that ad spend faster.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.